The story so far. Pasteur found that germs cause disease. Pasteur and Koch then found vaccines to prevent killer diseases such as rabies and anthrax. However, usually there was no way of killing a disease after you caught it without killing the patient too. That's a bit of a problem. A chemical that could kill a germ but not the patient was referred to as being a magic bullet. It would seek out and kill the disease without harming anything or anyone else. We will now take a brief look at some of the most important steps towards developing effective modern medicines, what might have been referred to at the time as magic bullets. Our first key individual in this fight is Paul Ehrlich. There he is. He was a doctor from Germany, born in 1854, and in 1889 he joined Robert Koch's research team. He examined diphtheria as part of that team, and he saw how antibodies such as white blood cells worked in attacking the disease. He wanted to find a chemical which helped the antibodies by attacking the particular germs. His work later helped enable more effective medicines to be developed, and we'll see some examples of that in a moment. Our next significant individual was Sahachiro Hata. Here he is pictured with Paul Ehrlich. He was a new scientist that joined Ehrlich's team. He retested several mixtures which were being tested as magic bullets, most of which failed. However, he found that the sixth chemical in the sixth test group, which was referred to as chemical 606, killed some syphilis bacteria. The new medicine was tested repeatedly by Ehrlich and was found to be effective. This new medicine was named Salvarsan 606. There was now a cure for syphilis, though it was hard to administer and it could be harmful to the patient too if misused. So this is the first effective magic bullet, but it's not perfect. Our next individual is Gerhard Domagk. He was another German who was inspired by Ehrlich's earlier work. In 1932 he discovered prontosil, a sulphonamide antibiotic medicine. In mice, this killed the germ that causes blood poisoning, the streptococcus infection. He was able to test it on his daughter, who became ill from an infected needle in 1935, and I'm glad to say that she recovered. That must have been a heck of a pressurised situation though. Sulphonamides became effective medicines, but there were problems with them, and we're going to investigate some of those now. Here we can see an image of sulphonamides being administered to a wound. In this case, it's in a powdered form. The chemical that worked in prontosil was a sulphonamide. They killed lots of germs, so other sulphonamides were developed too. However, they weren't perfect. They caused liver damage, and they were totally ineffective against particularly strong diseases. The wait for effective antibiotics would only end with the development of penicillin as an effective antibiotic, and we're going to study that in its own video. But for now, we've seen that there has been some, let's be honest, limited progress towards the search for magic bullet medicines. Let's summarise with some final points. Robert Koch's work inspired members of his team like Paul Ehrlich and Sahachiro Hata to find so-called magic bullet medicines. These were intended to kill a specific disease by hunting out the germ and killing it without also harming the patient. Hata discovered Salvarsan 606, a dye-based medicine that killed syphilis. A reminder that Robert Koch's work was partially based upon the use of dyes which would bind onto microbes to make them more visible. Later, the search for magic bullet medicines led to sulphonamides like prontosil, developed by Gerhard Domagk. However, these medicines had limitations and often had harmful side effects, so the hunt for more effective antibiotic medicines like penicillin continued. And we'll have a look at penicillin, like I say, in a future video. But for now, that's the end of this one. I hope it's been useful to you, and if it has, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. But for now, I'll say goodbye.